All right. Well, back with another week of working on a 61. Um, I'm gonna get this motor and transmission stuck in there just for mock-up purposes. Just I want to get the transmission cross member figured out exactly how that's gonna sit in there, how it's gonna mount, um, so that I can, get it mounted, fab it up, do the things I gotta do to make it work. So I guess I want to bring some of you up to speed who's, if you didn't watch the first video, what I'm doing, I've got a 61 unibody F100 and a 2005 Crown Vic car, pulling the Crown Vic car apart and putting the parts in the 61 unibody. So far I've got the front end in there, got the motor and the transmission out, sitting here in the garage, ready to get stuck in there. And what I need to do is I gotta cut this cross member. Let me get this turned around. Okay, so this is the cross member out of the Crown Vic. I need to get it in here, and the frame rails on this truck is a lot narrower than on the car. So on the car, this cross member measures 53 inches across, and inside the frame rails on the truck is 33 and a half. So I've made some marks here. I came in 10 inches, so I'm gonna cut this at 33 inches and not 33 and a half, so I have a half inch of wiggle room, try to get it in there. So I came in 10 inches, made a mark on this side, same thing, came in 10 inches, made a mark. I'm gonna cut that off there and then see how it fits. So that's what I'm gonna get started on. Alright, I got these cut, and so that's what it looks like. So I just took 10 inches off the end of both ends. So I got the other. So I'm gonna fit this in there, make sure that it fits. The way it's sitting right now is just how it goes in. This is the top front, so the transmission, the back of the transmission bolts right up right here. So my concern, the reason I want to use this bracket is, instead of like making my own, it has this hoop for the exhaust, so there's one on either side, so I want to utilize that, and it's just, it's easier. So what I'm kind of concerned with is in the car, it seems like the frame rails kind of take a dive from where the motor mounts. It takes a real hard dive down. The truck does too, but it's not as severe as the car. I'll show you real quick. I'll just kind of give you the same angle as kind of what I'm looking at. You might not be able to tell, but maybe you can tell right there that, oops and away. Anyway, the frame, anyway, it goes down. So what I'm worried is that when I get this bracket in there so that this bottom is the bottom of my frame on the truck, that my transmission is going to be up too much in the back, so the motor and the transmission's not going to be sitting, you know, parallel with the truck or level with the truck. So I may have to notch some of this bottom out to get this to sit down. So my plan is that I'm gonna stick this in the truck. I'm gonna put the motor and the transmission in the truck, and then because the truck is so low to the ground, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lift the truck up, put the front tires of the truck on ramps, and then I can check all this, check the angle of the motor and a transmission, and then I'll be able to jack the transmission up, fish this out, cut it if I need to, do whatever I need to do to make this happy in the frame. Hopefully I'm explaining that so that it makes sense. I don't know that I am, but anyway, I'm going to take you along so you'll see. So that's what we're going to be doing. So anyway, we're going to get at it. Well, hopefully you can see this good. It's starting to get kind of dark. We'll be sitting on the job here. Okay. That's what we're doing right there. Can you see that? Yeah, you can see it. Okay. So that's in there, and we'll play with that. Get the tranny in there, motor tranny in here. It looks like it's too high, you know. So I think it's gonna have to be notched. You know, notch this out so you can set down and then replate it so I can bolt it together. So, any rate, that's what I'm gonna get done. That's what I'm working on for this weekend. So, see how it goes. I just took a measurement on the motor and the transmission. So I took a measurement from, well, you can't see them, but let's see if we can make it. So these motor mounts are here. So I took a measurement from the motor mounts to basically back here at the transmission mounts on the motor, and it was like 34 and a half roughly. So that thing's got to go back there quite a bit further. So honestly, that's pretty close to where it's gonna live right there. So still, I feel like there's not much room here. I think that's gonna have to go down, but like I said, we'll see. Well, it is the next morning, and I got this motor wheeled out here, sitting here. You can see the plywood back there. I'm not gonna say that this wasn't just a little bit sketchy, but I got it. So what I did was, when I knew I was going to pull this thing out and store it for a little bit, I bought these little carts from Harbor Freight. I bought 2 of them. So I've got one strapped to the transmission and then one strapped to the motor. You can kind of see that it shifted on me just a little bit, but it works.
So now what I'm gonna do, obviously I've got this thing sitting right in front of the truck. I pushed the truck back, I don't know, like a foot and a half or so. I could go further, but I don't think I need to. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna put the cherry picker right here. I'm gonna pick the truck, the motor up, and then I'm gonna push the truck under the motor and transmission. I may have to cherry pick, or not cherry pick, come along. I gotta come along, and if I need to, when I pick this motor up, I'll hook the cherry picker, which I keep saying that. I'll hook the come along to the cherry picker and to the truck, and I'll just chicken pull the truck in, and that way I can, you know, safely and slowly get this thing set down in there. So that is my plan for right now, and so I'll get after it and then get you updates. This is something I don't know that I'm gonna set up a camera for, but we'll see what happens. All right, quick update where we're at here. We've got it going in. It's going pretty good. Now that I got all the adjustments done, I got it sitting, you know, how I like it. I'll turn this thing around and show you where we're at. So here's what we got. I put that strap on to get the, you know, I can control the transmission angle. So I wound up pushing the truck back just a little bit more. Any rate, it's getting there. So I'm about to lift the motor up just a little bit more. I'm going to push the motor in under the truck just a little bit more, and then I will start pulling the truck into it. So that's where I'm at. Looks pretty good, looks going good. Okay, I got the motor in there. Motor and tranny sitting in there. The back, the transmission cross member, I got to get underneath there, and I had to pull it out. It was gonna be too tight, so I've got to get underneath there, measure things. Right now it's just sitting on a jack. So I'm gonna do that. I know that for any of you that are wanting to do this project, that's probably something that you're looking to find out, is how that works out. So I need to concentrate on that, but I was pretty excited, so I thought I'd shoot a quick clip of the victory of getting the motor in the truck. So anyway, I'm gonna move on, keep going. Okay, I'm gonna try to show you just real quick what I've got going here with this transmission cross member bracket. So there's the tranny mount, and it is really close to flat with the bottom of the frame. You can see that right there. And then I have 10 inches from the floorboard to the bottom of this bracket right here. So, which doesn't matter really too much to me. What I notice is that I'm going off of this, that it's pretty much, the plane is perfect with the bottom of the frame. So what I've done is I got this bracket set up here. I took my level for a straight edge and come across like this, and what I did is, I don't know if you can see it, but I scribed a little mark right there on the on the side of the bracket. So
what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut this bottom piece off altogether. So it's got a weld here. I'll cut that, and then it's got a weld right here, and I'll grind those out. Take this piece off, and I'll just cut this flat across here, and then I'll replate that, and then I'll weld on 2 bolts. I'll plate it here, you know, weld on 2 bolts here, and then I'll drill those 2 bolts into the frame of the truck, and that's how it'll mount to the truck. And that'll put this, which is the bottom of that transmission cross member, that'll put that right with the bottom of the frame. So that's what I got going. Finished it up. I'll try to sneak this down through here and see if you can see it. Nope. We'll bring you through here. Right here. Finished product. Got it bolted in place. If we can get to see the other side. There it is. So, looks good. Sitting in there. Nice. I like it. It worked out pretty good. Well, there we have it. Motor, transmission, sitting in the truck. Looks good. I like it. It went down in the front pretty good, but I still think it's probably gonna have to come down a little bit more. I think it looks like it's up just a little bit still in the front, which will drive me a little bit crazy. So I'll have to look into that, figure out what direction I'm gonna go as far as lowering the front end a little bit. Not a big deal. I think there's a lot left to go on that might add some weight yet. I still got radiator and such. So, but otherwise, I'm pretty happy. This is a big milestone for this pickup. Getting the motor and the transmission sitting in it. That cross member worked out really nice. Hopefully that helped somebody else, you know, in their build or whatnot. So if you like this video, like, subscribe. I appreciate you watching. And up and coming, what I'm going to do now that I've got this motor and transmission in the truck, I'm going to start just mocking up some other stuff. Radiator, the fan shroud, you know, all that type of stuff. I've still got to try to get the brake booster in here. I got to get a steering column, get that kind of stuff. I'm going to try to use the AC out of the car and try to get that fit in to the truck. So I got a long ways to go still, and a lot more videos that I'm going to get put out, a lot more information. So stick with me and have a blessed week, and thanks for watching.